Hi guys, Olu here. It's gonna be showing you how to take off a high pressured power steering line on a O2 Audi A4. This is the power steering pump right here. We're gonna be taking off this high pressured line. As you can see, mine is ripped and busted and it's been leaking, so I have no power steering right now, so it goes all the way under the car right there. As you can see, you're gonna need a breaker bar, a 13 millimeter, a 17 millimeter for the wheels, for the lug nuts. I already took off the wheels, so I don't have to worry about that. Extension, a 16 millimeter, a torque wrench, and one of these, what is it called? It's a offset box wrench set from Harbor Freight. Get it for pretty cheap, about $15. So you just really need 18 to 19, and 19 for the bolt that's gonna be all the way back there, and a 16 millimeter, another 16 millimeter from the same box set. First thing you want to do is put your handbrake up and put your car in gear so that your car won't move while you jack it up. The second thing you want to do is jack up your car. Make sure you have jack stands under it. I trust my jack very well. Third thing you want to do is take your wheel off. That's something I've already done. The lug nuts are out. I'm gonna get my 13 millimeter ratchet to loosen up this bolt. Don't take it off all the way. So I'm gonna get my 16 millimeter wrench to take this one off. Next, I'm gonna take my my ratchet up to my 16 millimeter and take this bolt all the way off. After you take off the 16 millimeter, just take this bolt out. It should come out fairly easy. So next thing you want to do is get your 13. Take this just a little bit out more, slightly, with something, so just in case it doesn't want to move, so we can get this to come out just a little bit. So next thing you want to do is tap that 13 millimeter nut either with a hammer or with something heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. So, and it should come down. So the next thing, you can get your 13 millimeter and use it to take it the rest of the way out. Okay. So once you take the 13 millimeter out, you can pretty much drop this the rest of the way out, and it should just slide out. Sorry for all the dust. Okay. So next you're gonna get to 10 millimeter. There's a little bolt back here at the back that you're gonna want to get. So once you get that out, we'll be able to take this shield off right here. So that is the purpose of removing this, so we'll be able to get that shield off out of the way. So if wrench doesn't work, you can also grab a 10 millimeter socket, so it makes the job much more easy. So after you take off that 10 millimeter back there, you're gonna want to take off this line off the cover and get it out of place. Then you can start pulling it out. So be careful when you're taking this off. I didn't realize there were two clips right here and here. It goes like that, so there are two clips here, so you might want to get a trim tool to remove the pieces. The bolt we're looking for is about right there. Sorry about there's no light, but you should be able to see it right there. So yeah, it's connected to the banjo bolt. So next thing you want to get is your offset wrench. This is the 19 millimeter. That's going to be for the high pressure line. Up there it's 21 or 22, I believe. So as you can see, as we're loosening it, the fluid is dripping. So you might want to put something under the car to catch the fluid. So once you get the bolt off, make sure the washer, because there's two washers. There's one at the bottom of the bolt, and there's also one at the top. Once you take it off, make sure that washer comes down with it. All right, so make sure you get that washer and not lose it, because you will need to put it back. And here's the bolt right here that we took off from that area. So now what we're gonna do is go pull out the 21 or 22 millimeter bolt from the power steering. It's a 22 millimeter. I'm using a multi-point socket, so I'm gonna take that off right now. So what you're gonna do is try to snake it out. Ignore the JB weld. I try to do that to stop the leaking, but that did not help. So you just gotta go to the other side and see how you're gonna try to get this out. So there's our new/old power steering line. This is what it's supposed to look like, firm, able to hold I think they said 1,000 PSI. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in right now. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna do this process. I'm gonna try to snake it in through here, and I'll get it from the other side. So what we want is this going towards where we took out the bolt from. So about right there. So I'm just gonna get it from the other side. So what you're gonna do while you're trying to fit that bolt in there is this is gonna be at an angle. Where it sits on, where that bolt sits on, is gonna be at an angle. So you'll need your whoever, or you can use your other hand to use to hold this up slightly, so you can even itself out. So just a little bit. Where's it at? Yeah, it's right there. So you can even itself out, so you can thread that bolt in there with your hand. Then use the wrench the rest of the way. So after you put the bolt back in, you want to put the cover back on. So it's just basically the same process as removing it. So 10mm goes right there after you put it into the hole, so it just tightens back in. Then you're gonna put the brake line back on the clips where it goes. Once you get the cover back on and bolt that 10mm back in place, you're gonna want to install the tie rod and put it back into place. It's just gonna take a little bit of wiggling, so to get it into place. Let me do that right quick. It's gonna be tricky, but it's just one trick pony, and that's it. Then you install the 13mm bolt and the 16mm bolt with the nut. So I was just having an issue where this rotated out of place like that, so I couldn't get the bolt in. So make sure you check to make sure that it's straight, so when you put it in there, the bolt's gonna come straight through. So once you're done putting all the bolts back, the 13mm, I think they said a 7 foot-pound, so about snug, and the 16mm is gonna be about, I put it out about 30 foot-pounds. I don't know if that's right. Please don't chew my ass out for it. So after you're done with that, just basically top it up with fluid, turn the wheel to the left, I think it's 10 times, turn the wheel to the right 10 times, and yeah, I'll put a link to the in the description in the video for ratchet and wrenches. He has the accurate way to release all the air from the power steering. And so what you're gonna do is put the wheel back on, put the fluid in there, follow that procedure, and there you go. Thanks for watching.